Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big from One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 13 of Winning a Natty with Every Team in College Football 25. So, we have done now 12 teams. Or this will be the 12th team. Wait, yeah? Think? Something? This will be the 13th team. I've already lost my mind at this point. It's fine. As you saw in the last episode, Iowa State did complete it in 3 seasons to tie the record with Pitt. So we're looking to maybe try to get a team that can do it in 2 or a season as well. We have yet to get a big team of like Oregon or Michigan or Ohio State to kind of be able to, or Georgia, Alabama, to try to get to that. But all in all, new episode. That means we need a team. Let's spin the wheel. And let's see who we get. Oh, I forgot we have the wheel spin on this time. We'll turn that off. And it is going to be another smaller school, technically. It is going to be Memphis. So let's go ahead and get Memphis going here. Let's find Memphis here. There they are. Memphis and 83 in the American. They're a 2-star school, so it's going to be a little bit easier. We are going to be taking Bill Straight. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. And anywho, they've had a pretty good couple seasons in the last couple of years, so we're going to sign the contract. We're going to get started here with Memphis, trying to win a national championship just like always. We'll take a look at the roster, see what we're going to need, and see if this team can end up maybe having a chance at winning the title early on. Probably not, though, with them only being like an 80 overall. Yeah, we have an 89 overall quarterback. Very, very solid. We have 2 freshman quarterbacks as well, kind of right behind them. Halfback's an 87. Could use some better speed at halfback, more than likely. Wide receivers, we're losing a lot of them, and we're going to need a lot of wide receivers. Tight end is decent. A lot of seniors with this team. Most of them are high overalls as well. Nothing really else to write home about other than 86 outside linebacker, who's a junior, so he'll be we're losing a very solid, very fat, a lot of seniors corners as well. We do have a sophomore corner, which is nice. So, and a lot of safeties, and why do we have 3 kick? We need everything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, set up for season. I will see you guys at the end of season 1. All right, so here we are at the end of season number 1. We go 8-4 here in the conference championships. Obviously, we don't make it because our first loss came against Troy in week number 2. It was only a 7-point loss, so I'm not going to be too mad about it, but we somehow upset Florida State. We destroyed Navy, Middle Tennessee, and USF and North Texas. We lost our first game to Charlotte and Rice, and then Tulane at the end of the season. So, I mean, honestly, an 8-4 season is very, very good. I didn't realize that we're going to lose like 30 people this year, so that's unfortunate because it's not going to be looking very good for us in this next season. But all in all, I mean, we will gladly take it. We just signed a 3-star quarterback, so I guess cool. I mean, we already have freshmen behind him anyways for our senior quarterback. Cam Rising wins the Heisman Trophy, so good for him. Good for him. We're going to be facing UCF in the Liberty Bowl. So we're facing another team from Florida, an old American rivalry as well, I'm pretty sure, American Conference. I think UCF was there before they went to the Big 12 this year. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just let me know. I probably am. Knowing myself, I'm terrible at remembering stuff. I did fire both of our coordinators, so we do need to find someone that at least this guy has. Architect. Offer coach. Be our guy. And then our defensive coordinator, I'm looking for, was that the same guy? This guy's a defensive, yeah, I was going to say, that's the same guy. It wasn't loading correctly. I've seen a couple of things happen like that to where it does that occasionally. I'm looking for someone that has recruiting and tactician. I think this guy is it. So, offer coach, bang. Let's hopefully we get those 2 guys. If not, oh well. But I'll mostly always fire our coordinators year 1 just because usually they're okay, but one of the times I didn't because they were actually pretty good. But all in all, we are 8-5, so we did lose to UCF in the bowl game, even though we had 8 catches for 122 yards from a wide receiver. Did we get those? We did. We got both of them. Cool. That's what I like to see. So all in all, we'll gladly take that. We'll take a look at the bracket once we are done here. We'll simulate to the end of season recap like we normally do if we don't make the college football playoff. But season 1, unfortunately, ends in a dud, going 8-5 on the year, losing to UCF in our bowl game. But, I mean, we'll gladly take it. 82 overall is not bad. And it looks like Oregon defeats Utah in the national title game, with Texas State, Georgia, Utah, Boston College, and Michigan getting the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, Notre Dame, Rutgers, Miami, Oklahoma, Clemson, and Oregon getting the at-large bids. And Oklahoma going from the 7 seed, technically, all the way to number 1 and winning it. So good for them. Texas State went on a little bit of a run, beating Ohio State and Georgia, but until losing to Cam Rising and the Heisman winner to Utah. Losing to the Heisman winner, Cam Rising of Utah. So words are hard, but anyways, that's the end of season number 1. On to season number 2. And here we are at the end of season number 2 here with Memphis. We go 5-7. Not a great season at all, to be honest with you. It's not looking good. We lost our first game to Air Force. We lost against Arkansas. We lost against Charlotte, who was ranked 8th in the nation, so good for them. USF, UAB, North Texas, and Rice. So we end up losing 3 in a row at the end of the season, so we were 5-4 going in the final 3 games of the season. Just unfortunately couldn't win one to be bowl eligible. So unfortunately, it's just time to simulate to the end of season recap, go over the college football playoff, and go from there here in season number 2. Just another unfortunate season that doesn't end up getting into a college football playoff, but I kind of how they expected that with how many seniors were leaving us last season. So all in all, we'll take it on the chin this year. We actually do go up in pro potential and conference prestige, but go down in coach stability and coach prestige, which is not great. But all in all, it is nice. Alabama beats Penn State to win it all. They were both the at-large bids. Middle Tennessee, Toledo, Michigan, Arizona, and Clemson all made the automatic qualifiers, with 2 G5s, Middle Tennessee and Toledo, so good for them. Notre Dame, Penn State, Colorado got shut out. Charlotte, Oregon, West Virginia, and Alabama made it as the at-large bids. So 3 G5 schools, Toledo, Middle Tennessee State, and Charlotte all made it. So good for them overall, but all in all was not Memphis. That's the end of season number 2. It's on to season number 3. And here we are in season number 3 with Memphis. We don't do very well. We go 4-8 on the season. Not a great season whatsoever from this team. Of course, we did have some trouble recruiting-wise the first couple years, but we beat Arkansas, which is an SEC team. After that, we lose 4 in a row. Then we beat Army and FAU. We lose to Temple, East Carolina, and then lose to Rice at the end of the season. It's not a very good season. We go 3-5 in the conference, 4-8 overall. We're not looking too good, to be honest with you. So, honestly, again, simulate to the end of season recap, see who makes the national title, and see who makes the college football playoff, of course, just like we always do when we do each week by week and everything. So, all in all, but yeah, hopefully next year we can do better. And hopefully, obviously, this team can still have a chance to tie the record. But I don't think they're going to get a record at all. Yeah, pro potential is down to a D. Coach Percy is down to a D+. We might have a lot of people leaving us in the transfer portal. But looks like Oregon defeats Kansas State in the national title game here in year number 3, with Oregon, Florida, Clemson, Charlotte, and Kansas State all making it as the at-large, or as the automatic qualifiers, with Pitt, Nebraska, UTSA, Texas A&M, Georgia, UCF, and Oklahoma all making it as the at-large bid. A lot of SEC and 2 G5 schools with UTSA and Charlotte, so good for them, but they're unfortunately first round and then second round exits. So all in all, that's going to do it for season number 3. It's on to season number 4. And here we are in season number 4 here with Memphis. Better than the last couple of seasons we've had. We go 7-5. We won our first 3 games of the year, beating FCS Midwest, Arkansas State, and then upsetting Florida. I think they were ranked 4th at the time when we played them, so a very good upset. And then we win one of our next 4 against Middle Tennessee, UAB, Tulsa, Temple, and UTSA. We win back-to-back against East Carolina and Tulane, and then win against Navy to pretty much be 7-5 after losing to Charlotte. So we go 4-4 in the conference. Not a bad season. A lot better season than what we've had, as you guys have seen so far with Memphis, and almost tying our 2024 record if we can win our bowl game. So that'd be very, very nice if we can. We're just going to go ahead, simulate to the end of season recap like we always do once we get to pretty much this situation here, unless we make the college football playoff. But obviously, with us going 7-5, we're obviously so far away from that, it's not even funny. But again, a lot better season here in season number 4. Hopefully in season number 5 can be even better. But so far, we're not even going to be in the top 3 here with Memphis. We do win. We go 8-5. Pro potential goes up, which is very, very nice. And conference prestige goes down. Coach stability and coach prestige go way up. We're actually gained a star as well. We're 2.5 star prestige. We were a prestige and a half earlier. And it looks like Kansas State wins it all over Alabama. So they 38-21 win. LSU, K-State, Virginia Tech, Oklahoma, and Michigan. Actually, it was USF, Michigan, Oklahoma, Virginia Tech, and Kansas State all had the automatic qualifiers. With LSU, UMass, Arizona. UMass was 11-3, wild. Arizona, Penn State, Clemson, NC State, and Alabama getting the at-large bids. Of course, Kansas State winning it all. So hopefully that'll be us in a couple seasons. Hopefully we can get it sooner rather than later. But all in all, that's the end of season number 4. On to season number 5. And here we are in season number 5 with Memphis. We go 6-6 during the regular season. We lose our first 3 games against Arkansas State, Arkansas, and Mississippi State. And then for some reason, we beat Bama, who went 7-5 on the season. Beat UAB, lost to Rice in North Texas. We beat UTSA, then lost to USF. But then won our last 3 games against Tulane, Navy, and Charlotte to end out the season. 6-6 still is not going to be able to be in the college football playoff, of course, because, we're 6-6. We need to be like 12-0 with this team to even have a chance to making it. All in all, another decent season. This season will probably just be a building season for us, pretty much. Hopefully we can be 7-5, another winning season, have back-to-back winning seasons for the first time with this team, to be honest with you. Because, again, have not been great so far. We win. We go 7-6. Pro potential's up to a B-. I know we had a couple of 90 overalls on this team, even though it said we're only at 84 overall. But it looks like TCU beats Nebraska. So back-to-back Big 12 teams win it. Middle Tennessee, Iowa, NC State, Eastern Michigan, and South Carolina all had the automatic qualifiers, with Akron, Utah, Nebraska, Louisville, Oregon, TCU, and Ohio State. So, there's 3 G5 schools with Akron, Middle Tennessee, and Eastern Michigan all making it. So good for them. Hopefully it's us next year. So all in all, that ends season number 5. It's on to season number 6. And here we are in season number 6 here with Memphis. A very solid season. We go 10-2 on the season. So very, very good overall. Beat Iowa State. We then lose to Arkansas State. But then we win a couple in a row. We beat FCS. We beat Mississippi State. We beat UTSA. Beat USF. Then we lost to Charlotte, who went by 1. Then we beat UAB, Tulane, Navy, North Texas, Rice. And now we face Rice again to hopefully win. And we're in the college football playoff. A loss. And we're at the mercy of an at-large bid. Right now, we are projected to be in the college football playoff. It would be a very tough one, but we would need either Auburn, Virginia Tech, Kansas State, or Nebraska to lose in their games to be there. So let's take a look. Of course, we need to win either way. Virginia Tech faces Miami, Nebraska faces Oregon, Kansas State faces Arizona State, and Auburn faces Alabama. So we would need either Kansas State or Auburn to lose, and we win, and then we would jump them because those are the only 2 that is possible. The other 2 are above us. So all in all, it depends if we win this game, obviously. So hopefully we can, and if we do, we have a bye going into our first week. We do get the 4-star tight end. That's cool. We lost. We lost with Moses Mixon going 9 for 189 and 4 touchdowns. How did we lose? I'm actually kind of frustrated that we lost. We lost 42-39 with them. What and how? That is absolutely terrible. That is really unfortunate because now I don't think we make the college football playoff. Granted, it would have been our first time in the college football playoff, but man. We're ranked 17th. There's no shot. Chip Bing, what a name, wins the Heisman. We're facing Stanford in the Fenway Bowl. So yeah, we're not even making the college football playoff, so go ahead and simulate the end of the season recap because there is no point of staying in here now because, man, just 3 losses on the season and 1 being in the conference championship. We beat them the 2 weeks before. But we end up losing as well, so we go 10-4 on the team or on the year. NB potential for pro potential and coach prestige. So not too bad. We're now a 3-star school, which is, again, decent. So there's that. Looks like Oregon beat South Carolina with Bama. So, yeah, if we would have won, we would have had the 4 spot. But besides the point, Middle Tennessee was the G5. That was the automatic bid, along with Miami, Oregon, K-State, and Alabama. With South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Auburn, Georgia, Notre Dame, TCU, and Nebraska all making it as well as the at-large bids. So another unfortunate season, but that season has some stuff to build upon. So all in all, end of season number 6 is on to season number 7. And here we are in season number 7 here with Memphis. And like I said last year, or I guess like a couple seconds ago, technically from this video, but we go 11-1 on the season. We built upon last year. Our only loss came against Louisiana in a wild game, 47-32. We destroyed FCS. Then we just destroyed our conference. Our only close game was against UTSA at 9-3. What a weird little game there. And I guess FAU was also a 3-point game as well. So a couple close games, but other than that, a pretty good season all the way around. We finally have another 10-plus win season, and now we've gone, multiple wins in a row, or multiple, winning seasons in a row. Now with 4 after having our first year going 8-5, and then 5-7 and 4-8 in the next 2. So all in all, a win here. We're guaranteed a spot in the college football playoff. I did bowl projections instead of the bracket. If we win, we're going to be getting a college football playoff. We just have to have maybe LSU, K-State, Michigan, or Miami lose, and that would be nice. But again, we have to win. If we don't, it could be an option where we don't make it as well again, just like last season. But here we go, simulating, and we get a right guard, so that's cool. We got 2,000 XP. Did that mean that we win? And we did win the American Conference. We finally win American champions, and that means we are officially going into the college football playoff for the first time with Memphis. Now all we got to do is somehow find a way to win. Chip Bing again wins back-to-back Heismans. This guy's going off for K-State. We get the best interior lineman. That's pretty cool, even though he only had 10 game starts. We also won the best center, so that's cool. And we are getting a bye. So did one of them lose? They had to have. Who lost? Did Miami lose? I'll have to check here because that's kind of surprising. Who lost? Michigan won, K-State won, Miami lost. NC State won over Miami, so we jump them, and now we have a bye. So honestly, K-State's only an 81 overall. That's kind of weird that they're doing pretty well as well. Again, a lot of these teams, we're an 87 with an 89 offense and 87 defense. So hopefully we can continue playing good and moving up in the world and trying to get a win here in season number 7. So that's what I'm hoping for. We do have to face Texas, though, which is going to be a tough one here in the Fiesta Bowl. But just like always, here we go. Memphis, Texas. They are a 91 overall team. This is not the team I wanted to play, but here we are. Let's see if we can get an upset here against Texas in our first ever college football playoff game with Memphis. Honestly, we have a couple younger guys on this team, so I'm not mad if we lose this game as well, but we're only 2 wins away from a national title. So let's go quarter by quarter. First quarter here, nothing doing on our first drive. They don't do anything, and they get a field goal after their second drive. So 3-0 Texas. Still nothing doing for our offense, and so far both teams have kind of just been punting a lot, but 3-0 going into halftime. Texas will start with ball, and they don't do anything. We finally score a touchdown to make this 7-3, and let's go one by one here in the fourth quarter. A solid play for 22 yards to our tight end, but then 3 straight runs don't do anything. We get a tackle for a loss, and then a sack. Now they have to punt, so 7-3 still. We get the ball at our own 35-yard line, and just 3 runs and can't do anything. A short punt, and Texas will kick a field goal. So now all we got to do is run out the clock. They have 3 timeouts. 4th down and 7, we have to punt it. Texas will have the ball, and now at our 12-yard line, they gain 2. Now gain 3. They just need a field goal to take the lead. They do. Now we have 11 seconds to get down the field, and we score a touchdown for 73 yards to win the game. That is unbelievable. I was totally expecting to say we lost the game by 2, and it's unfortunate they have to move on to next season. But how about a 73-yard touchdown pass? Unbelievable. Chris Callaway wins the play of the game. They're probably playing deep, too, on the final play of the game. We had 1 timeout left, so I don't know what happened. But we win. We move on to the semifinal game, and kind of surprised we take out Texas. That is very, very surprising that we take out Texas. But, you know, I'm not going to be mad because we move on the college football playoff, winning the Fiesta Bowl. And now we just advance the next week and find out who we're facing as well. We'll also take a look at the bracket, see who made it as well. I did look at it earlier, but I didn't go through it all the way. I do have to check it here. But Chris Callaway wins Player of the Week, probably. And we do have to face Michigan. That's not fun. But taking a look at the bracket before, Texas, Miami, Washington, Toledo, Virginia Tech, Minnesota, and LSU made it as the at-large bids, with Texas A&M, us, Michigan, NC State, and K-State being the at-large bids. And we got to face Michigan. This is going to be another tough one. The winner would take on Virginia Tech and K-State. So hopefully we can win here against Michigan and win all. We have best points per game, best pass yards per game. They beat us in running yards or rushing yards per game. They're an 89 overall team. They're not, 91 like Texas, so we have a shot. But here we go. Michigan, Memphis, let's do it. A win, and we're in the Natty. A loss, we move on to next season. So we just need to win. Just need to win. Need to have it. Let's do it. Let's go quarter by quarter. Our first drive ends in nothing. Their first drive ends in 3. Now we put up a touchdown to make it 7-3 at the end of 1. Going to second quarter now. They start with a punt, and now another field goal. 7-6, and it's 7-6 going to half. Let's go through the third quarter. Michigan doesn't do anything. Their defense has played outstanding. 7-6 here in the fourth quarter. They start with the football in the fourth. They have to punt it away. Our next drive, we get a good 26-yard pass. Now another good pass for 19. If we can get a touchdown here, that puts us out of it. But they blocked the field goal. And now it gets all the momentum for Michigan. Now in field goal range, and they make this a 2-point game. And we go backwards on third down, and we just get a yard, and that might do it. But we still have a chance. Why we run the football? 4th down and 8, we get a first down. Now gain of 14, and that's going to do it. We're going to lose in the Cotton Bowl to Michigan, 12-7. We shut them out. We don't allow a touchdown. But our first season in it. But, we scored a touchdown, and we just couldn't do anything after that. We get shut out for 3 quarters. So it is what it is, but all in all, it was a tough season. I was not expecting to go into it thinking that we were going to win our first, thing in our first season. But, we're only 7 seasons in, so next season we can build upon it. We're an 89 overall team, so everything's now an A+, besides coach stability and pro potential. It was just a tough season, and Virginia Tech beats Michigan by 1, so they end up going for it. So that's the end of season number 7. It's on to season number 8. And here we are in season number 8 here with Memphis. We go 11-1, another fantastic season here with Memphis. And only lost game against Boise State early on in the season. We beat Houston. We then kind of rolled through our conference besides the last couple games against Charlotte, Navy, and Tulane. It all depends if we can win this game here against USF. I feel like we should make the college football playoff no matter what. But then again, anything could really happen if we lose. We could drop out of it. Who knows? But right now we're projected 3rd. We could be number 4. We could be number 1 if Miami loses, so who knows? But all in all, it kind of depends here with this game. So we're going to go ahead, simulate it, see how we do. Hopefully it does pop up with the American champions on there. We actually did get a wide receiver, so that's cool. And we lost. We did indeed lose. We are now 11-2. Chip Bing, I think, has won like his 3rd Heisman in a row, I believe, at this point. We are still in the college football playoff. We are facing Florida in the first round of the playoff. So it's not a big deal that we did lose because we still make it. Did USF make it? They did not, which is very surprising. Tennessee, North Carolina, Kansas State, and Nebraska, all are the automatic qualifiers, along with App State. We sneak in at 9, so we were only like 2 losses or another big loss away from not making it. We do face Florida. If we win, we would face the 1 seed at Tennessee, and then hopefully we can win because if we do, then we face the winner of North Carolina and the winner of Miami in App State, and then hopefully we can win a Natty this year to begin with. So all in all, so here we go. Memphis, Florida. Let's see how we do. A win, and we move on. A loss, and it's an ended season. We're both the same overall. This is kind of weird. Both teams are 88 with 87 offenses and 89 defenses. I don't know. This is weird. I've never seen that before. Having the exact same overall on offense, defense, and just normal. This is a little bit weird. Anywho, let's see how we do. Let's go quarter by quarter. Their first drive ends in nothing. Our first drive ends in 3. So 3-0 here after the first quarter. Our second drive ends in another field goal. So it's 6-0, now 13-0, now 20-0 against Florida. My goodness, what in the world has happened to Florida? It's 27-0. 27-3. It's going to the fourth quarter. Let's go play by play. They turn it over on downs. We then punt the football after going 3 and out. They go 4 and out. It's 27-3. It's now 30-3, and this game is over. We are going to win 33-3 against Florida. Dominant performance against Florida. Absolutely dominant. We were never down in this game. 33-3 win, and we move on to face Tennessee in the college football playoff. Another SEC team that we have to face. Hopefully, we can make it 2 in a row against SEC. Again, last year, we made it pretty far in the college football playoff. I forgot where the coach contract screen is, and it's there. We won the Fiesta Bowl. That's the Fiesta Bowl. Yeah, I totally forgot the Fiesta Bowl. But we then lost the next week. If we can win this week, we're back to where we were last year. And have to win this game here and make the semifinals. And then make the next game, which would be the Natty. We are going to be facing again Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl. So let's win it here. Memphis, Tennessee, the Battle of Tennessee, pretty much. Here we go. We're the better team overall on paper, but they're number 1 for a reason. This is not going to be easy. Need a win. We're technically the road team in this game. But all in all, you have to play to win the game. A win, and we're going to the semifinal game. A loss, it's another season for this team. First quarter, nothing doing on both sides, and we finally put up a touchdown on our second drive. So 7-0 here early after one. It's now 14-0, now 21-0. We are on a mission to get back to the semifinal game because it is 21-3. Now make it 24-3, 24-6, end of the fourth quarter. And I'm pretty sure this game is well but over. Here, we have just kind of dominated this game. They turned over on fourth down. We're going to put up another touchdown to go up 31-6, and this game is over. We destroyed Tennessee 31-6 in the Sugar Bowl. That's back-to-back games scoring 30 points. Now it's just needing one more game, and then we win the national title. We are going to be facing the winner of North Carolina. I didn't see who won the game before. We'll have to face the winner of North Carolina and App State. So this could be an even easier matchup for us here as well after defeating the 1 seed. Ole Miss, K-State, and Stanford, Nebraska are also on the list for us to face here in a little bit. So hopefully we can win this game, and we are going to be facing... Who will we be facing? Who are we facing? We are facing North Carolina. 8 versus 9, technically. They're the 4th seed overall because they won their they won their tournament. And again, this is the Fiesta Bowl again. They do change them up every once in a while. So we are in the Fiesta Bowl. Ole Miss and Stanford beat the 2 and 3 seeds pretty handily, might I add, as well for Stanford. So a win, and we move on to our natty. So here we go. North Carolina, Memphis. Let's see who the better team is on paper. And it's us. We're at 88 overall. They're an 85. So we're the better team overall in offense and defense. But again, that does not matter in these simulations. Anything can happen. We've seen plenty of times where we have an 85 overall team beating a 90 overall team randomly. But you never know what can happen, especially in these college football playoffs. So here we go. Looks like we're starting with ball first as well to begin the game. Our first drive ends up punting. So does theirs, but they get a touchdown on their second drive. It's a 7-0 lead here early for North Carolina. Our next drive, we do get a touchdown. Now a safety, now a field goal, now a touchdown. This has just got wild here for a minute there. 17-9 going into the half. But now 24-9, it looks like we're starting to run away with it. Going to the fourth quarter now. We kick a field goal to make it 27-9 with a very good return. They actually get the first down on fourth down. They're driving pretty well here. 4th down and 13. They don't get it. They get 11 yards. They needed 19. We're going to punt it away on 3 plays, and they do get a touchdown and make an 11-point game. But a huge run of 38 on first down gets us down to the 10, and we just need a field goal to make this an even bigger game. And it is. It's now a 2-score game. Well, still technically a 2-score game with a minute 18 to go. A very good return for 35 yards. Their first play is dropped. Now we'll run for 4 yards. That's not great when you're out of timeouts. Now a penalty on the defense. Now it's second down after an incomplete. Another incomplete pass. Another incomplete pass. Jimmy Duck, what a name. And then a sack, and that's going to be ball game. A kneel down, and it is over. We have won the Fiesta Bowl. And unlike last year, where we lost in the semifinal game, we will be going to a national championship. And let's see how we can do in the Natty. We obviously are semifinal playoff game winners. And now it decides who we face between Stanford. I forgot who the other one was already. But I know Stanford was one. And we'll be facing... I like how a guy had 2 catches for 65 yards. It is Stanford. So, hey, we've spoken into existence. It was Stanford and Ole Miss. That was the other game. And Stanford's been blowing people out, so we got to be careful. But we are Memphis, Stanford, for what it says on the screen, for all the marbles. Let's see how these guys are. These guys are an 81 overall team and are blowing people out by 20-plus points. Has to be a playbook thing. But, hey, we're 7 points overall is better technically. Let's see how it translates here with the simulation. A win, and another team is down. A loss, and we keep going. Here in season number 8, let's see if Memphis can get it done. Let's go quarter by quarter. First drive for them ends up in 7. Their second drive doesn't do anything. They punt it away. So 7-0 at the end of 1. Our next drive is a touchdown. Couple punts. It's now 10-7 at the half with Stanford leading. And we're going to put up a touchdown, but they do as well pretty quickly. So 14-7 here in the fourth quarter. This is a very close game. We take a sack, but we do get first and goal from the 6 and a pick in the end zone. But Stanford has to punt the ball. We take a sack and we punt the football. Big first down. Fourth down, they do kick a field goal, so it's 20-14. Big play there for 15 yards, and now another play for 11. We're driving. Now we rush for 2. And now a touchdown for 46 yards, and we take the lead 21-20. Incomplete pass. A run for 5. They take their first time out. They got 2 remaining. Another run. Fourth down and 3. They don't get it. I don't know what they're doing, but 6 seconds are left on the clock. Now 1, and it is over. Memphis has won it. We are national champions with Memphis in 8 seasons. An unbelievable run in these last couple years, making the college football playoff for the first couple times, and then finally making it to our national championship, and finally winning, especially in a 1-point game against Stanford. What a game this was. But all in all, an amazing game where we win 21-20. A very, very close game as well. We'll take a look at the stats and everything just like we normally do at the end of our national champion win seasons. But, yeah, 3 touchdowns was really the difference in this game, 21-20. So, very, very, very easy. I wouldn't say easy. It was a close game. Definitely was not very fun to watch, but I guess it would have been fun to watch. But anyways, I'm just a loss for words. But yeah, Boyette, 3,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Wilkes, almost 1,000-yard rusher with 3 touchdowns. Talbot, 487 with 6 touchdowns. Pretty good season from him. McAfee and Cadet almost had 1,000 yards with 14 and 11 touchdowns respectively. Blocking we don't really look at. Rawlings had 98 tackles. Anthony led our team with 16 tackles for a loss, and Adams led our team with 13.5 sacks. Rawlings led our team with 3 interceptions. We also, I think, led our team in deflections as well. We had 4 forced fumbles. We had 4 recoveries as well. We didn't have any blocks nor safeties, but we didn't have any touchdowns on the defense. Kicking-wise, he was 98% from extra points and 85% from the field. So overall, a pretty good season all the way around for them. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button down below. If you guys are new, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road for 500. If we do hit that, we will do a 24-hour stream here on YouTube. So if you guys want to see me struggle and rebuild a bunch of different teams, hit that subscribe button. So, yeah, anywho, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.